Yeah, really? Yeah. Oh, well, I won't see you around then. Yeah, true, that's right.
My commute is about 5 minutes shorter now. I don't have to go all the way down Exhibition Street.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm coming from the north. So
Yeah. Yeah, handy.
you been enjoying the season so far?
Yeah, it's a bit of a slow start for me. I was out first few rounds injured, but since then, yeah, it's always better when you're half fit. Like looking after your body, you don't really focus on the game, you know. So, no, back to normal now. It's good.
It feels good when you can run around without any pain, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
I appreciate it after being injured.
Nope. You got some tactical analysis, Steve, for the smaller pitch? I just noticed.
Well,
Brought it in a metre.
this is the second time this week. Doing the Doherty Cup at Williamstown. It's about 2 metres on each side.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Really? Funny photo of it. You wouldn't think it's real.
No way.
Yeah. They made it really hard to do it. They didn't really have any space. And they were like, who won? Georgia won. They had to come from one down. And Winston hit the crossbar and bounced out of the line before half time.
Is that a strong team?
Yeah, that would be good. I don't do it.
There's no way these cones are young.
Tonight is fine. Next week is good.
Looking alright. I've got a Gully is my fair mic.
Is it?
Yep. Otherwise it wouldn't make sense. You'd have two mics there. So we'll just put a sound test. Got my goal effects on as well. And I've got lots of rain.
We might go. I've got nothing showing on. No, I can't hear anything either.
Just, all right, let's go. We've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4 testing. I cannot hear a thing. Testing 1, 2. Hello, testing 1, 2. Okay, I think I'm just getting something faintly.
Just getting something. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Getting you now. Getting me. That'll do.
Alright.
That'll do. But I don't know how it sounded, so trust Sportscast to get that.
That's all right. Hopefully they can get us right. Can you hear us all right? Is it a bit? Okay. You're not getting it? Okay. Hang on. What about that now? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Oh, something is happening. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Stop trying to set it.
Yeah, this is what it is. There's the studio and they look at that.
No, but I can see a peak when I tap anyway, so that sounds okay to me. That sounds okay to me. That's
Right,
good.
that sounds good. Yeah, you sound good through.
I think I do. I don't know what's causing the static
Yeah, I don't know
though.
either, mate. Yeah.
If I can't be this far away, then I'll adjust. But
Let's just try and separate all the chords.
jeez, this is a tricky stuff, isn't it?
It's really awkward, this one.
I like this though. Look at this. Little opening yarn.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that.
good.
That's handy.
It's crucial.
lowest, and then we can do a lineup each and take the shot, and do that. How we doing, boys? I did. I don't know how I scored this, but good to see you guys. Look, that's what I reckon. So I'm hoping that it's a surprise if something happens that we expected. Me and Saratoga. Yeah, so I don't know. Fingers crossed. If Gully score the first goal, and you get a bit of like, hello, there's something to do at a game. Yeah, I don't know.
Sweet. Oh, you alright? Yeah, good. What's going on? Yeah? Yeah, nice. Yeah. Nothing, I've got to do this, and then I've got to go Royals after here. Yeah. I won't get the whole game, but I will. Huh? 8:30. No, I'll go to the end of their game. Huh? Moreland. Oh, away? Yeah, I didn't go that game. Yeah. Yeah, we've got a good team this year. Yeah, McGrawdy's unreal, eh? Actually, I did. I noticed you were on the call because you scored 3 that day, didn't you? Yeah. I'll see how this goes. I know. Nah, if we're 2 goals down at half time, I'm going to go. If we're more than 2 goals down at half time, I'll go. It's 3-0 about a half hour.
Could I come with you?
Yeah, you come Royals as well. We're not live yet, are we? I just realised there's a fucking mic right there. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, if we're 2-0 up.
Yeah, and then I'll concede.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Hello and welcome to Friday Night Football in round 13 of the Senol NPL Victoria men's competition as we round the halfway mark of season 2026. The doomsday clock is ringing louder by the day for Green Gully as they chase their first win of the year. And their new manager, Andy Vargas' fourth game in charge tonight. And tonight they host the top talents of Stuart McDonald's Melbourne City squad. After they went 5 games winless, they've hit back in the last fortnight, upsetting a strong South Melbourne lineup and then belting the Bentley Greens last week. City are looking ominous. Thanks for your company on the broadcast tonight. I'm Steve Curtin, and we're glad tonight to be joined by Adam Sarakoglu. Good evening, Adam.
Hello, Steve, and hello everyone that is watching on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. And good to be with you, Steve. A lot of solo games lately. It's good to actually be with someone tonight. And yeah, looking forward to this, but at the same time, it's pretty ominous what Melbourne City did against Bentley last week, and then coming up against this opposition, this Green Gully side that does not have a win to their name this year. It could be, on paper, pretty daunting. Let's see how it actually plays out on grass.
That's right. Well, let's take a look at that Green Gully Cavaliers lineup, Adam, as they go through their paces right in front of us here. The light show has been in full action, and now it's time to get down to business.
It's an unchanged 11 for Andy Vargas and the team that went down 1-0 via the Lockie Weir strike against Dinamo last week. So as we have a look at the 11, Luka Romic is in goal. And from the back we have Tom Verndl, Judd McDougall, Amanhom Khamis and Jalil Reggae through the middle. Samuel Passan here tonight, Oscar Carlson and Diego Cuba. And we have Scott Lockhead, Kerr, and Josh Hope, who will be hoping to get on the score sheet. Josh Hope is still goalless in season 2026 in NPL Victoria.
Well, let's take a look at that Melbourne City side, and it's the commentator's dreams night, Adam, because Melbourne City also, like Green Gully, make no change to their side of last weekend. So we see James Neuenhausen, after getting a clean sheet last week, he resumes in goal. The back four includes last week's goal scorer from right back Harry Shillington, Jaden Nikoski and Ryan Carms to make up the centre-half duo. Isaiah Boston as the left back. The double pivot in front of them is Angus McIntosh and Peter Antonio. In front of them, Lawrence Wong will play in the creative midfield role. Out wide, Beckham Baker, the top scorer, Roland Bauer, and Mehdi Mehmedi, who hit the back of the net no less than 4 times last week. We're all ready for kick-off, Adam. Yanni Milidis is our man in the middle tonight. He's assisted by Martin John, Miles Higazi, and Alex Nikovsky is our 4th official. And we are all set for kick-off here, Adam.
It'll be Scott Lockhead. With only 2 goals, he's Green Gully's leading scorer in Senol NPL Victoria this year. The last set of matchups this weekend before we reach the halfway mark of the season, and everyone has played each other. All black this evening for Melbourne City. 7th on the table. Absolutely romping 7-0 win against Bentley last week. This is Jalil Reggae at the back for Green Gully. And to Khamis. It comes back to Amanhom Khamis now. Down the line ball intended for Verndl, who last time out at this venue for him, he was sent off and gave away a penalty against Preston. Verndl will claim the throw here. Go to Josh Hope, who, it must be said, he must be having such a frustrating year, Josh Hope. He's just not had the opportunity to have his usual impact. He starts in central midfield here tonight. He makes a dash down the left side, trying to get away from Angus McIntosh. Josh Hope still on the ball. Verndl will go first time. And the Melbourne City defence set up the way it needed to be in the box. As we see McDougall start a new attack for Gully.
It's a good stat you make, Adam, about Josh Hope this season so far. We will be past the halfway mark after tonight's game. He hasn't scored. He scored 8 times in the league last year and 6 the season before that. So he's certainly in unfamiliar territory, being on a duck's egg this time of the year. So no doubt he'll be hoping to try and get involved in the attacks tonight. Looks like he's playing the most advanced of the midfield 3, and we've seen Vargas opt for the 3 centre-backs and the wing-backs last week from the start of the game at Churchill Reserve in that local derby against St Albans, and using Pisani and Werndl as the wing-backs. That's a good tackle by... looks like it was Carlson getting stuck in there, was it? Win the ball back. Here's McDougall, and now Josh Hope on the ball. That man we were talking about, desperate for a goal. He's got pressure from Antonio, a player who can play as a right back, and Antonio playing as a midfielder tonight, as he did last week, showing his versatility. Former player from the Joeys, and there's a couple of Melbourne City players off with the Joeys, and congratulations to them on qualifying for the Under-17 World Cup that will be held later in the year in Qatar, and their tournament over there in Saudi Arabia with Bessian Ketleshi, Hakeem Gerald and Luke Bechvinovsky, all part of that squad, who have been members of this Melbourne City team in NPL Victoria this year, and particularly Bessian Ketleshi, who's been a really big contributor for them in the earlier part of the season. So he's a big out for them, but they certainly didn't miss him last week with that 7-0 win against Bentley, Adam.
As we see Kerr receive it from Carlson. Gully pressing early here. It was their kick-off to start proceedings. In these early exchanges, they have had control of possession. It is Luka Romic in goal tonight. Jonathan Kolev is the backup keeper. This is James Neuenhausen, the starting goalkeeper for Melbourne City tonight. They come in 7th on the table. They've won their last 2, Melbourne City, only 2 wins prior to this current streak that they're on. The squad strengthened, and the unbelievable performance from Mehdi Mehmeti last week against Bentley. Mehmeti is out there again tonight in the number 18 shirt. That ball wasn't going to land anywhere near him, but he is the main threat up front.
Well, it's so handy to have him in there, Mehdi Mehmeti. They've had to play without a real, genuine number 9 a lot of the time this season, or they could be in trouble here. Antonio winning the ball back from Regaig. Roland Balla plays it across the 6-yard box, but Melbourne City's top scorer couldn't find anyone in a black shirt in a dangerous position there. And Green Gully will settle for conceding a throw over there in the corner at the northern end of the venue. This is Shillington trying to create something here. We've seen him score from these sorts of positions last week, Harry Shillington. He travelled with the squad over to Auckland for their elimination out of the A-League finals. Ball back in by Antonio. Antonio's got space for the shot here. And that's a good block to deny him. This is Calms in the captain's armband. He plays it off the head of Werndl. Good on by Hope. Straight to Nikovsky. So Melbourne City holding all the aces early in this one. They're in real good control in possession. So confident, these young group of Melbourne City players, and that win against South Melbourne 2 weeks ago would have done a world of good in that respect, beating not a heavily rotated South Melbourne, but their best top strength squad that they had available to them in between trips to the OFC Pro League. So Shillington's going to just stride over the halfway line here. He's got several options ahead of him. He decides to use Ballo. So Green Gully with those 3 central defenders and the wing backs Werndl and Pisani sitting in a back 5 out of possession. With screening coming from Oscar Carlson and also Diego Cuba. It's a bit scrappy in the middle at the moment. It's McIntosh. Lockhead trying to put some pressure on him, and Kerr are the front 2 in the press. Regaig called Romich out to come. He'll survive again. So Green Gully, they need to try and get out of their own half here, Adam, don't they?
And they're going to have a little bit of trouble here, as that ball went straight into Nick Baker, but Greenvale will retain possession. Gully, I should say. It's gone out near the halfway line. Roland Balla gets things restarted. James Neuenhausen in all pink this evening. Melbourne City keeper. Melbourne City are happy to play the slow game for the time being. Shillington going down the line. A little shirt tug there on Mehdi Mehmeti. Mehmeti still keeping his feet. He can go for it here and targeted the near post. Misfired. It was probably hit off the instep. Nothing to worry about in the end for Luka Romic. And certainly Andy Vargas in the Green Gully technical area saw something he wasn't happy about from the officiating side of things. And so a couple of times now Melbourne City have gone on the attack, now causing early headaches on this Green Gully defence that has leaked 29 goals this season in Senol NPL Victoria. It's been a stunning half season for Gully. 3 different coaches taking the reins up to this point in the season. So the chick not lasting too long. Andy Vargas replacing Jonathan Clemente. Vargas, I think, is this game 4 now in charge of Gully. As we see, Balla goes centrally. Antonio over the top. How's that going to land? A flag is going to go up on Lawrence Wong. Bromwich came a long way out of the area. It's been a bit of a talking point lately. It certainly came up on the NPL Victoria podcast this week. You look at the names on the team sheet each week for Gully, there's still a lot of quality out there. It is not like they are playing a no-name team. And for them to be this far down in the relegation battle, not a single win to their name, it's really quite shocking what has happened to this football club this season.
Yeah, it just shows you, Adam, once you get yourself into that situation, it's just so hard to find a way out of it. Everyone's confidence is down. There's players that have been missing games through injury and other personal reasons that aren't out there, and everyone's confidence is just completely shot to bits, and you can it's such a hard road back to come from there. I think also mentioned on that particular episode, Adam, a lot of players, very similar types of player profiles, and really strongly agree with that they don't have a greatly balanced squad of players that can complement each other, and that's definitely hurt them this season. Here's Josh Hope getting a touch. He's been good and been a bright spark for them early. He might have been fouled, but advantage is played. Carlson had his pocket picked by Lawrence Wong, and look at that turn on a sixpence by Lawrence Wong, and he's surging forward, finding Roland Ballo, asking some questions of Regag, but there's good coverage from Diego Cuba to get back and play the ball back to his custodian. It's a little bit of a rainmaker, and eventually it's out right in front of Andy Vargas as he's chasing his first points in his fourth game and chasing his first goal since he's taken over the helm as well. That would be a milestone you would like to tick off tonight as soon as possible. And here's Kerr. Perhaps he can conjure something up as he twists back onto the right-hand side. He's got Pisani galloping forward into that shipping container district over there. It's back in by Cuba, and it's an easy take for the tall figure of James Neuenhausen, the tall boy from the Golden Valley. Just like picking apples from a fruit tree there. So a bit of space for Wong. He can play it out wide to Beckham Baker, who hasn't had a huge involvement yet. He looks to take on Pisani, who knocks it up the players' race. That's a good result for young Sam Pisani, who made his first appearance in the Green Gully senior team and started last week as well, and didn't do too badly as well as the right wing back.
Good to see Sam Pisani get an opportunity, but again, one of the main features of this Green Gully season with where they're at, you're not seeing a hell of a lot of changes week to week in the squad. An identical 11 to the one that, yes, far more competitive against Dynamo last week. But that was coming off a 5-0 thumping to Oakley here a fortnight ago. And Juratovic putting 4 away in that one. Took Oakley to the top of the table. Down the line ball from Shillington. The ball was played toward Antonio. It fell in the end to Mehmeti. He's now taken a couple of early shots in this game. Nothing coming just yet. Quick counter. Hope. First touch, and then the second touch gets around a couple. There's nothing else ahead, though, for Josh Hope. He's just got to bide his time out wide. He's done well to buy that time to get some players back there, but then it all came unstuck as soon as he went to Kerr. Easy pickings in the end for Melbourne City defensively.
Well, Gully can be grateful that Mehmeti hasn't made the most of those 2 opportunities he's had. His second there, he didn't really put his foot through that one, and Luka Romic was quite grateful for that fact. But, they can't really afford to present Mehmeti with too many more chances. We know the quality and how instinctive he can be in the box. This man, Shillington's been impressive so far. He got forward and played a big role in that previous attack from his right back position. And it's been a feature of Melbourne City all season. The fullbacks get really involved in the build-up play. Here's a chance for Gully's wing-back Pisani to get involved. And now Kerr. Can he get to the byline here? He might have been pulled down. He keeps his feet. It's Kerr into the side netting. The chance goes for Gully, but brighter signs there. Probably their brightest moment of the match, Adam.
It's been a pretty positive start all round for Green Gully so far. 2 chances At the other end for Metametti. No matter what league or standard he's playing at, he's on fire at the moment.
Good combination that Pisani and Kirkwood on the right-hand side. That's what, no doubt, Andy Vargas will have been working on in training with this system with the three centre-backs, Regaig, McDougall and Karmas, and then trying to use the left-sided Werndl and right-sided Pisani to try and perhaps create some overloads in the wide areas. That's a great touch by Lawrence Wong, a silky bit of play by the youngster. He's going to drift inside. Antonio's got space in the centre circle. Ahead of him is Shillington. Floats it in. It's an important header by McDougall, and then further away by Regaig. Touch for Lockhead. There's not really anyone forward of the ball except for Kerr, who wasn't really in a position to receive it, and it's another save made by Romich, this time from the left back Isaiah Boston. So they've got so many threats, this Melbourne City side. They've had 10 different goal scorers so far in the 12 rounds leading up to tonight, that they can find goals from a variety of sources, and probably that's partly because they often have played without a genuine striker, but the fact that they are tonight with Mehmeti makes them all the more dangerous. There's a bit of space for Roland Balla, the top scorer. He plays it across the face of goal. There was a couple of players arriving, Mehmeti and Boston, and just couldn't quite find the outstretched toe, and it would have been 1-0 otherwise, Adam.
As much as we're singing the Green Gully praises for some of their positive attacks early on, it's Melbourne City that look far more threatening right now. Again, so close was Mehmeti. Not a bad strike from range either from Isaiah Boston. He finds himself out of position right now because Kerr just taken that ball and could have gone on a tear, just disposed of it a little too quickly though. And the control game again from City. Shillington. He's crossed in though a couple of minutes ago. That had some venom on it, Steve. It didn't connect, but that was a quality ball in. Here he is again. Shillington needs to stop and hold up. Carlson allowing no way through. McIntosh going out wide for Wong. Not a bad ball out wide, but just a defensive effort late from Pisani. It's a worry. It will be a Melbourne City corner, or a throw at least. Looks like it might be a throw. Yep, did go out that side of the flag. Tight quarters here. Still be careful here, Gully. Another deflection this time going across the goal face. It'll be a throw on the other side.
That could have gone anywhere off that deflection there, Adam, as well. So Green Gully fortunate there. Melbourne City, one or two Melbourne City fans in the venue. They'll be looking to get along and support the women's tomorrow in the A-League Women's Grand Final at Amy Park tomorrow afternoon, but they'll be looking to start the weekend with a win here for the young boys in NPL Victoria tonight to make it 3 wins in a row for them if they can get over the line here at Gully. They are a team in form, and a lot of these players will be taking a break for their enforced period of annual leave soon, so it's a good opportunity to pick up another 3 points, and who knows, they might even be able to push for finals in the back end of the year, which is something that's been difficult for the academy sides to do over the balance of the 26 rounds at NPL Victoria previously. But this Melbourne City side has impressed so far. It's a good ball for Josh Hope. He can find a bit of space. Pressure from Wong, closing him down. Carlson, and now Cuba. Close control, and Gully do well to play through the lines. Werndl with a clever touch, and now Hope, and now Gully are playing forward. Werndl gets to the penalty area, cuts it back, and Hope is there, and it just needed a little bit less spin on that shot from Josh Hope, and it would have been 1-0. That's a great build-up in the left-hand side this time. Last time down the right, and this time down the left. The wing-back system is working at the moment for Andy Vargas, it looks like.
Is Josh Hope cooking something tonight? Wasn't all that far off, just kept skewing away from that. From his vantage point, right post, the left post of James Neuenhausen. Positive signs here tonight for Green Gully. Winless in season 2026. Ball comes loose. Pisani has had a lot of involvement in this game. Wong was the one going down. for Melbourne City. Wendell back to Carlson. Happy to take the ground and concede that back to McDougall and reset from the back. Okay, going out wide. From Karmas for Hope. Plenty of space here for Josh Hope to operate in. Lockhead's making the run up front. Hope is just advancing forward. Goes to Lockhead eventually. Back to Hope. Key block from Ryan Carms. And it fell right back to Wong. Goes wide quickly. Baker. Now Lawrence Wong needed the help from behind. It did come back through Baker, who's trying to open up the angle, get a straighter look at it. Luka Romic all over it. And some moments for both goalkeepers to be wary of here in this game so far.
Well, there's a good feel to this one, Adam. You can see the confidence is increasing for Green Gully. Those little combinations on the left and right, things I'm saying they would have been working on at training. They're starting to come off. Josh Hope looks like, we talked him up early in this game as someone who needs to get himself on the score sheet tonight, given how much of a recognised goal scorer he's been in recent years. In his last 100 appearances he's now made for Gully. He looks like he could be on one tonight. He's had a couple of attempts already. He looks determined, and that's encouraging to see a favourite son of the Cavaliers looking pretty good tonight. They're in possession here again through Karmas. Kirko dropping a little deeper to get in possession. McDougall, the West Aussie. It's a clever ball as well. He picks out Cubo in the long sleeves. Pisani is motoring on the right-hand side. The cross was a disappointing one, though, picked out by Antonio, who gave it straight back to the green and whites. Wendell's in space. He's got a little bit of time to try and float the cross, but it's an intelligent run from Lockhead. He gets to the byline and cuts it back, and Kirko flew highest and forced the best out of Neuenhausen, who was at full stretch to deny Kirko a goal that would have given Gully the lead for the first time in a match in a month. In fact, it's been since the 11th of April when Gully last led a football match, when they took the lead through Nathan Symes down at Dandy Thunder before they were pegged back with the last kick of the game. An unfortunate deflection going into the back of the net to mean they wouldn't get their first win of the season and had to settle for a point back there in early April with George Andrews. Good combinations. They're knocking the ball. It's a good surface here, as always, and they're making the most of that tonight. Lockhead gets it back off Hope. He can switch it out wide to Pisani, who's in acres of space. Not sure if it was meant for Kirko, but he picked it up nonetheless. There's plenty of green and white players ahead of the ball here as well. Wendell, who's had a good last 5 minutes or so. Nice little combination with Lockhead, a carbon copy of the previous phase of play, and it almost found Kirko again. Pisani with the opportunity, and he couldn't keep the shot down as he puts his hands to his head. It's another great move by the Cavaliers, though, Adam.
It's on their terms at the moment here. Kilo Downs, 3 games tonight in Senol NPL Victoria. This is the first of the 3 to get started. Geelong City hosting Oakley. That one has just kicked off. Bentley will take on Heidelberg for an 8:30 kickoff here tonight on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. First meeting between these two at this level. Carlson, good control to bring it down, and again happy to go all the way back to the safety of Judd McDougall. But a nothing ball forward from him. Mikowski will bring it up. So get it back from Shillington. Roland Bella, 6 league goals to his name this season. Down the line ball, a little shove there on Wong. Comes back to Bella. Wendell's closing in from behind, and Wendell will put the shoulder in now. Bella goes over in the box. It's as if Yanni Miletus didn't even see it. There's probably not enough contact there anyway. Just ignored it entirely. Didn't even wave it off there, Yanni Miletus at all. Out wide we go. Green Gully looking to counter again. And it's Kirko, who, like in some of the previous runs, he had to hold up a little bit. Cuba was making the run. It's a wasted ball in the end. A couple of times Green Gully just getting out a little too quickly. We saw Josh Hope have to halt a run because there was nothing really available up ahead. And Kerr that time again. It's just a little awkward making his way up, but straight shot in the end. They haven't all been quality, these shots that Green Gully are taking. Long ball going down the line here. Will fall back safely to Luka Romic. Lockhead. Too keen to go to Hope, who gets bowled over. Again, no foul. There's Baker with that little bump as the ball does fall wide here. And Cuba went too quickly back toward Kerr. Switching ball over. Shillington. For a moment at least looking at Balla down the line, didn't go with that option. For James Nornhausen now.
So City will try and play forward here, but straight onto the chest of Karmas, who might have shown a bit of it, too much of it to Mehmedi. Roland Bello on the overlap. He looked to cut this one back, but he couldn't get it away from the keeper. It's easy for Romic, so a little bit of a mistake from Karmas, but Melbourne City unable to punish. And well, this time last week, Melbourne City were already 2 goals to the good, and they're finding themselves a little bit more difficult going here against this Gully side, who look a bit more stubborn and they've got a bit more resolve about them tonight. The system of the 3 centre-backs, the wing-backs, the 2 screening midfielders, Carlson and Cuba, Josh Hope in that attacking midfield role, and Lockhead and Kerr up front, but exchanging positions. We see Kerr dropping deep and Hope pushing on to occupy the central defenders. Good touch by Werndl and Lockhead, who's made this identical run umpteen times now to receive off Werndl. Kerr plays it first time. He's trying to bounce it around the edge of the area, but there's too many black shirts back there, and Roland Balla is able to get back in possession. Good intensity from Lockhead again. He hasn't stopped running, and there's a bit of a bear hug on our assistant referee Martin John there from Jalil Regay. Plenty of affection there on Friday Night Football in the Senol NPL Victoria. We hope you're enjoying this contest from Green Gully Reserve. We are scoreless here, but there's been plenty of chances for both sides. Kerr coming the closest with a header that forced a good save out of Neuenhausen, and Nelson Mehmedi's had a couple of chances to fire at Luka Romic, been unable to get enough venom on them to beat the shot stopper of the Cavaliers. And Lawrence Wong's charging forward here, and here's that man Mehmedi. The header is out in front of himself, and Romic might have almost handled it outside of his box there. He just puts the 7-iron through that one, and he finds Lockhead, who might just about keep it in, but couldn't quite manage in front of the City technical area there. And Romic using every bit of the penalty area there to control that one, Adam.
Yeah, it was dicey.
Well, assistant referee Martin Jordan was fresh off being cuddled by Jalil Regay, and he was quick to run the eye for that one and give Romic the all clear that his technique and his positioning of that receipt of the ball with the hands was all above board.
Just took some more advice from Andy Vargas as well.
And there's been plenty of that coming so far for the officials.
Makovsky going down the line with no room whatsoever, and it was just stolen back. Carlson, Werndl, and Cuba going out wide. That's what it comes on. Have we seen a single foul given tonight yet? I don't think we have.
I think we have. It's been a good, clean contest between these two sides.
A couple of moments where some looks were given toward Yanni Miletus to see if a whistle would go, but no. I don't think we've had a single one so far tonight.
I wonder if we had a match get to half-time without a foul being blown up in NPL Victoria this season. I highly doubt it as we approach the half-hour mark here, Adam.
Don't recall the whistle going at all just yet. Balla just released a little too quickly. There was no one up ahead. Mehmedi was truly out of position. He was marked down the right side. Baker nowhere near it on the left. I think Andy Vargas will be happy with this right now. nearly half an hour through, nearly a third of the way through. No scores at Keilor Downs. Lockhead's ball ricochets up in the air. It falls to Wurzel. Lockhead. He's going hard again. If Hope's onside, this is a key moment for Gully. He cuts back, and Kirker puts away. Green Gully lead.
Oh, what a great moment for the Cavaliers. That goal had been coming as well, Adam. They built it up to the left-hand side a number of times this time. And Josh Hope, the man who hasn't got his goal this season, he turns provider here, lays it on for Kerr, and it's a key moment for Gully because you can see the boosting confidence. Andy Vargas is looking pumped in the technical area to our right here, and the whole squad is over there celebrating this goal together. Football match for the first time since the 11th of April, and it's little more than they deserve for their attacking play in the last 15 or 20 minutes or so at least of this match, Adam.
And a while since we've had the light show here at Keilor Downs as well. Kerr is a goal scorer for the first time in season 2026.
Well, the relief, you can see the relief for Kerr. He's a high-profile signing coming in from Avondale, South Australia at Avenger Park. He hasn't hit his straps here yet, but he was in the right place at the right time there to apply the finish. And it was well played from Josh Hope just to slide it across the face of the goal. The pass evaded anyone in a black shirt and made its way to Kerr, who did the rest. And is that the goal that could kickstart Green Gully's season here? So if you have just tuned in the last couple of seconds, this is not a test. Green Gully lead here. When we arrived at the ground, a lot of people were suggesting that this could be a cricket score in the favour of the informed Melbourne City. Well, it's not the way this one's turning out because Green Gully are on the board inside 30 minutes at home. And for those people who've made the trip out here, they will have been enjoying a good contest. As you mentioned, Adam, no fouls in this game. And I think it shows the football is a lot more enjoyable when there's not a lot of fouls happening.
If you're concerned on the Melbourne City side of things, though, is it a bit too bruise-free at the moment? Just allowing Green Gully to knock it around, pretty much have it on their terms.
Yeah, and you wonder,
best half hour for Melbourne City.
You wonder, only round 13, the term on the beat is not something that you would use normally in round 13 because you would save that for maybe round 23. But if you factor in that a lot of these Melbourne City players might be going on their enforced month of annual leave, possibly after this game, they might be thinking of maybe some trips away and other things on their mind at the moment, perhaps, Adam. And maybe that's what we're seeing out there as Stuart McDonald is urging his charges to find another gear here.
We're at an interesting juncture in their fixture where you could look at it on paper. There's a bit of a soft draw that they're in the middle of at the moment. They certainly took advantage. Here's our first foul of the game, we believe, as Wong goes flying. There was one earlier where Wong got put down and there was no whistle from Yanni Miletus. This time we do get a free kick here for Melbourne City.
Just going back to the goal again. And just going back to that goal again as well, the pass from Lockhead to pick out Josh Hope, it's absolutely exquisite as well, and that sometimes it's that pre-assist pass that's the one that really breaks the game open, and you have to give credit to Lockhead for that too.
Melbourne City unexpectedly playing from behind here. Wong kept it low. It was played back and the shot blocked off the boot of Beckham Baker. There was Walabala involved as well. A couple of throws from this area so far here tonight, Melbourne City. Antonio going back to Nikovsky. Shillington kept it along the ground. Wong dispossessed. Maybe worried out of it. Either way, Green Gully ball. Long shot down the line. Didn't work out in the direction of Kerr. Boston's going to be released quickly on the outer side. Baker's been patrolling that left wing so far tonight. His partner in crime has been Isaiah Boston. Goes back to Baker now. As Boston makes his run forward, Wong comes in to help out. Haven't generated a chance in a little while, Melbourne City. They're on the back foot at the moment, McIntosh. Nikovsky, he'll go all the way back to Neuenhausen.
That last set piece that Lawrence Wong took through the Melbourne City, through the Green Gully wall. Might be a bit of a concern for Andy Vargas. That's kind of the thing that's been letting Gully down through the course of this season. They're going to need to be switched on and not allow that kind of thing to happen, or they'll be peaked back to 1-1 in any moment now. But got a chance to get forward here through Kirker. He's a little bit isolated, but Lockhead's galloping through the middle to provide some support. There's plenty of black shirts back. Kirker is buoyed by that first goal in green and white that he scored just before the half-hour mark. Lockhead's got a little bit of space here as he runs at Boston and plays it across the face. Josh Hope was lurking in the centre, but he couldn't pick him out. Back to Pisani. Drives the cross in. It's well away by Calms. So everyone behind the ball here in the black shirts is, surprisingly, it's Gully holding all the aces here as they lead this with just over 10 minutes to go in the first half. Kirker's goal inside 30 minutes, the one that separates them, set up by Josh Hope. And this combination of three central defenders, Rigade, McDougall and Karmas, they're growing in confidence as well as they knock the ball around on this pristine deck here. Good touch by Pisani, and Lockhead, who's been great tonight. Dummy by Kirker. I'm not sure if you heard a voice, but there was two Melbourne City central defenders behind him just to pick that up easily. So here's McIntosh, the technician in midfield. Short in stature. He may be still growing, perhaps, but he makes up for what he lacks in height. He makes up for in top quality technique, does Angus McIntosh. So Gully happy to sit. They don't want to sit here too deep, Adam, and invite pressure on them from this Melbourne City side, as Shillington can get forward from the right back position and find Roland Balla, who can jink onto that left foot. Here's McIntosh. He can switch it out to the left-hand side. Isaiah Boston. Lawrence Wong forced back, so plenty of white and green behind the ball here.
Full calm head of Ryan Combs as he goes towards Shillington. He was on the back foot. Pinballs around a little bit. Lots of a bit of McIntosh in the end. Like a decent strike from Wong, but it was blocked on the way through. Melbourne City get a look at a corner.
Not afraid to shoot on sight, some of these Melbourne City players as well. They really back themselves in. If they're 20 to 25 yards out there, they're going to have a go if they've got the momentum to strike it. Plenty of players back to block that one, though.
As you'd expect from an academy team, they've got such good touch, so many of these players. Corner incoming. Back post was the one that was targeted. Be out for a goal kick. Nothing to worry about in the end for Gully. I think that Amadon Karmas had the back post covered. So we do reach the halfway points of the season after this weekend's fixtures. Return games starting next week. Melbourne City get the two Dandenong-based teams in their next few fixtures, and there could be a lot of changes, as Steve Curtin has alluded to, through that squad for those fixtures. But then two more difficult ones after that. Preston and Oakley are coming up in the next month for Melbourne City. In their first four fixtures against those four opponents, 2 draws, a win and a loss. In their first foray into Victoria's top flight in this State League system. Gully with all sorts of issues. They lost their first 3 of the season. Did take a draw against Hume City, though. Out wide through the middle we go. Antonio. And out wide eventually. Baker. With a bit of help coming from Isaiah Boston once more. It's Boston and Baker on that outer side. They win another corner. They've generated repeat corner chances here in Melbourne City in the space of a couple of minutes. Chasing the game right now. Kirker's goal in the 29th minute, separating these two right now. Corner incoming once more. Fist on the ball from Romic. not cleared away just yet for Gully. It is now. It's going to fold all the way back to Boston. Wong. Quick hand off there through to McIntosh, and Wong now. He likes to shoot from range. That's hit the post. Still a chance for Melbourne City. Ball's cut back once more. Shillington. Another curling ball in. Nothing coming of that. The City chances, some of which have been on target, are starting to pile up. They get a free kick here in a dangerous spot. Wong not far away at all as it cannoned into the bottom of the post.
Wow, that was so close for Lawrence Wong. He's been everywhere in the attack so far tonight in that free roll at number 10, moving around. He's been confident to shoot from distance. He backs himself in. He's that kind of player. He doesn't like to stand still. He gets the ball quickly. He's got those little touches. He's dribbling. He's drawing opponents, and he loves to get a strike on goal. Romich was completely beaten there as well from that tight angle. So another opportunity here from the set piece for Melbourne City. It'd be a bad time for Gully to concede as the ball's played in. It's bouncing around, and sure enough, there it goes into the back of the net, and Melbourne City pull it back to 1-1. Well, just as we were saying that Gully can't afford to concede at this time, it's turned in a scramble in the penalty area. It's an easy finish in the end for Mehmeti, like shelling peas for an experienced striker, and he gets his 5th goal in the space of the last 8 days. And we're back to 1-1, and all of that momentum that Gully had built up at him is potentially evaporating as we approach the half-time interval.
We're going to give it a go here, though. They're on the attack immediately, wanting that lead back. And Hope is available centrally. Comes to his feet now. Then we get the winds up, but a spray from Cuba. It did take a Melbourne City touch.
Good response from Gully there. Straight back at Melbourne City after conceding. At least that's a statement of intent there.
Wasting no time here, Green Gully. It's probably their first look at a corner tonight from memory. That's too heavy. A corner kick. They've wasted it.
Disappointing delivery from Lockhead, who's been on fire tonight in this first half. He put his foot through that one. Could have ended up in the Taylor's Creek with that trajectory.
Sometimes it's just a pile-up of pressure. And Melbourne City generated a couple of repeat corners. They have had a couple of shots at goal. Wong had only just missed a couple of minutes earlier than when that ball did eventually go in for Mehmeti, as we, again, have another foray into the box from Melbourne City. And could just about line it up here. It's Shillington who wants a corner. We had a good angle on it from here. Don't think there was any Green Gully touch there. It was a vicious ball from Shillington. It just breezed past the post. I think from our vantage point, Steve, no, that should not have been given a corner.
The officials have got that right. Yanni Miletus has been in good control of this one tonight in this first half. Just looking back at that goal that Gully have conceded, it's symptomatic of the way that they've performed this season, unable to deal with the set piece, unable to clear it, and letting it fall at the feet of the most dangerous predator in the Melbourne City side, in Merson Mehmeti, and he made no mistake to level things up, and we're all square as we approach the half-time interval. Is there maybe more before the break, though? A couple of minutes plus stoppages to go. Thomas Werndl running at Shillington. This is Cuba in the long sleeves. Werndl went to the floor. Antonio scrapping for it with Cuba. Good feet by Cuba. Werndl's ball into Lockhead's a useful one, looking for support. He's got Kerr to his right, and he's going to win a free kick in a really useful spot here, just at the top of the D. And a good time to try and put some pressure back on Melbourne City as they get ready to prepare the half-time team talks. The coaches either side of us here.
They're clearly wary of Lockhead at the moment, aren't they? He's made some really good runs tonight. So integral to the goal that was eventually knocked in by Kerr. Who takes this free kick for Gully? It's being talked over right now between Diego Cuba and Kirker, the two coaches going at it. I don't know if you can pick that up in our effects right now, Steve.
I think our viewers will be able to hear all of what's going on in front of us here, Adam. So we've got 5 in the wall here, organised by Neuenhausen. Looks like he's standing behind the wall. Hopefully he's got a good view of this one as Cuba, who knows how to hit them. Diego Cuba, a couple of steps back and a couple of steps across. Looking to launch this one. James Neuenhausen's goal, and he puts his foot through it. Couldn't get it up and down. One of those ones that was perhaps a little bit too close to the target there, Adam. Not enough time to get it over the wall and back under the crossbar. Probably the classic case of that situation right there. Carlson switches the play, finds Cuba. Not sure if he's looking for Kerr or Hope, but there's some applause for the idea nonetheless from his captain. Take a look at the substitutes available to the coaches for Andy Vargas. Tafiq Olmawewe, Ashton Alawalia, Bilal Habib, Alian Kiflay, Nathan Symes, and the sub-keeper John Collett. So plenty of attacking options on the bench for Gully. For Stuart McDonald, Aaron Cartwright, Christian Polyzoudis, Daniel Matina, Nikola Jurovic, Thomas Nasso, and the sub-keeper is the young Septon Vanisevsky. So we've got 1 minute to go until half-time. Most likely we will go into the sheds at 1-1. Most people were tipping Melbourne City to be leading. Well, they led by 6 at half-time last week. You might have to settle for going into the sheds as you were. So, would you say Green Gully, Adam, they haven't been too deterred by being pegged back to 1-1. They've kept playing with a bit of flair. As we're going to have to defend here again. Was that a handball? It's another awkward time to give away a free kick in that part of the field.
And the handball has been given. The worry for Gully is how easily at times City can generate chances. They are the one looking far more threatening when they do get a chance to attack. They've had a few more shots on target, a couple of close misses. Shillington's one that just breezed past the post. Wong's one that found the post. And they are searching for a late lead here. This may well be the last action we get in the first half. Shillington going down before the kick is taken. And Yanni Miletus will just delay things a little further here. Some shenanigans going on in front of the Gully goal right now. Sort it out, boys. Let's get on with it. This is probably set to be the last kick of the first half.
It's the dangerous Beckham Baker. It was his delivery on that last set piece that was something that Gully were unable to defend and unable to clear. And I want to be able to get this one away.
Lawrence Wong is just lurking at the top of the box. Everyone else lines up closer to the goal line. He's offered himself there, Baker. Luka Romic had all sorts of concerns about that ball, but it does safely tip over the top. And we are at half-time here. And a relatively entertaining game we have, and a bit of a surprising scoreline. It's good to see Gully have been competitive in this game so far against a side that put 7 away last week against the Bentley Greens. It was Kirker just before the half-hour mark. Great lead-up play with Scott Lockhead and the assist from Josh Hope as well. And just in the chaos, the goal that followed up, the equaliser that came about 10 minutes later, was from a set piece and a really congested box with Mehmeti putting it away in the end. Half-time here at Green Gully Reserve. Round 13 action in Senol NPL Victoria. Green Gully 1, Melbourne City 1.
round 13, versus this Friday night. And in the game between Senol City and the Ocean Cannons, it's currently the 38th minute mark there, and the score is Senol City 0, Ocean Cannons 0. The other match is to start later on this evening between Bentley Greens and Heidelberg United, kicking off at 8:30. Gully would like to say thank you to our sponsors for 2026: Wisery, Trust Project, Budget Place Services, Alpha Gear, Civics, MGM Lawyers, Lion Security, Port Melbourne Containers, Quantum Business Finance, Kappa, Scott Winston, Mark Evelino Photography, JP Asphalting, Terrapult, Asset Health and Performance, Mega Plumbing Group,
side. I just walk through here. No one's here.
Welcome back to Green Gully Reserve. It's the Senol NPL Victoria men's competition, round 13. We've been treated to some good football in the first 45. Looking forward to your company for the second 45. It's all to play for here. Melbourne City looking to make it 3 wins on a bounce. Green Gully looking for an all-important first win of the season. It sounds so jarring to say that in round 13, but that is the case. And a win that could kickstart their season. They played some good football in the first half. And they've promised a little bit that they might show a bit more in this second half as well. They've got their tails up a little bit, despite being pegged back by that goal from Medan Mehmedi after Kerr had opened the scoring on 29 minutes. Thanks for your company as we get back underway. Steve Curtin with you on the call, and it's my pleasure again to welcome back to the broadcast position Adam Sarakoglu.
Thank you, Steve. I hope you enjoyed the first half if you were able to catch it here on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. First of 3 kickoffs on this Friday night. Only 3 here tonight. There's some weeks, Steve, where Friday nights have been deserted nearly, and others where nearly the whole league plays all at once. Just
last week we had 5, Adam. It was an overload.
Just 3 of the 7 here tonight. This one, the first of the 3 to get started. All right, Calms on the possession, on the ball right now.
Just do a quick around the grounds as well, down at Frank Holohan at half-time. Dandy City 0, Oakley Cannons 0. So we've got the high scorer here. If you like seeing the ball buried into the back of the net, we've got you covered here tonight at Green Gully Reserve as Melbourne City back in possession through Wong. Neither side making any changes in the half-time interval, and Roland Ballard is galloping down the right-hand side. He looks for options in the middle. It's good defending by Thomas Werndl, who got back to block the cross. And Gully try and play forward, but the ball's going to be picked up by Jaden Nikolsky, a man who's got a couple of goals to his name this season, which is not bad from central defence. Here's Roland Ballard. He's got plenty of space ahead of him. Beckham Baker, whose delivery from the set piece has caused some headaches for Gully in the first half. It led to the Melbourne City goal, converted by Mehmedi. That's a clever ball over the top. Out in front of Roland Bello, who's got a clear shot on goal here. It's across the face of goal, only narrowly. In fact, it must have taken a touch from Luka Romic, because it's been given as a corner kick by Yanni Milidis, and full credit to Luka Romic. He was almost caught in 2 minds of whether to come or whether to stay there. But Melbourne City not wasting any time. They're taking the corner kick straight away. Perhaps it was a little bit too quick for their own good, as Lawrence Wong's ball floats harmlessly over the byline, but Green Gully could have been caught out by there. But, wow, a nervy moment for the Cavaliers.
I think Bella's ball actually did clip the bottom of the post. The bottom of the post has denied 2 goals tonight for Melbourne City. That one nowhere near as much venom behind the ball as Lawrence Wong one we saw in the first half.
I think you're right, Adam. I think it might have just taken a touch off the post. So, yeah, big effort by Romic, if you got some fingertips to that one, to get onto the outside of the woodwork.
Here's Luka Romic into the night sky. Wong getting a touch. Calms. Being pressured from behind by Kerr. Green Gully's goal scorer. He's finally on the board here at Green Gully is Kerr. Simple tap in, really, after a nice assist from Josh Hope, who's been looking lively himself, and himself looking for his first goal of the season. But City have steadied pretty well. Nikoski just gets unstuck here. Josh Hope's on a tear once more. He did get around 1, had trouble with the second. It was Shillington who was doubling back and went flying. Whistle does go. No trouble getting past Angus McIntosh. Josh Hope, it was Shillington that then went flying, and the whistle went. Nikovsky here. How's that going to land? It's going to land well. Mehmedi has scored the equaliser for Melbourne City tonight. Going out wide, Balla again in that same sort of position. This time he loops one over the top. On the back foot, it's cleared away by Pisani. Hope goes to the deck. Gets up and goes again, goes down again. There's your whistle. He's doing everything he can to lift his side, Josh Hope. The experienced head. He's enjoying a better look at it tonight compared to what he and his teammates have had to suffer through for the entirety of this season so far. They are still winless. That includes being knocked out of the Doherty Cup by the Melbourne Valley Suns a couple rounds ago. It's winless in all competitions for Gully. Unconvincing clearance by Neuenhausen. Can Gully trap it in the front third here? Throw is taken quickly by Pisani. Karmas will go back to McDougall. The pressure being applied by Isaiah Boston. And a big Gully throw.
For the second ball out of play moment in a row, Andy Vargas looking to play ball boy on the sidelines. You can see he feels like he's back to his youthful days when he was here as a star player for Green Gully. He's getting involved in everything, and he's been encouraged by the way his side has played. Pisani putting himself about, but Melbourne City win it back through Lawrence Wong. Threads a needle and picks out Beckham Baker. Looking for options. He just baits Pisani, then flicks it past him, and then across the face of the goal. There's a couple of Gully players back, and it's hacked out of play by Judd McDougall, who's playing in the centre of those three central defenders for Andy Vargas. Mehmeti with a touch. Gets back into possession. He fires from distance, and it's in off the post for a screamer. Mercer Mehmeti has a brace, and that goal, Adam, that is a sight to behold. That is an absolute chef's kiss, spot on. Right on the money for Mercer Mehmeti. And aren't his teammates happy for him there? What a stunning strike, in off the post. It fizzed and it dipped and it flew through the air. It swerved. Romic threw himself at full stretch, but there was nothing he could do to keep that one out. And Melbourne City, for the first time, they lead this football game 2-1 here in the early moments of this second half at Green Gully Reserve.
Wow. What a stunning goal. Mehmeti. Someone stop that man. Green Gully can't. Bentley couldn't. 2-1 Melbourne City. And the urgency is going to lift now for this winless Gully team. Lockheed is surrounded, absolutely surrounded. The numbers win out. Wong, Boston. Back to some safety, but on the back foot was McIntosh. Neuenhausen out of position. It's all okay in the end. Nikovsky looking to run it out for Melbourne City. Steve Curtin getting many looks at the replay right now.
Sensational. Like, Romic might have got there, but just at the last moment it swerved away towards that post and it clattered into that post. And for a moment, I don't know what you were thinking, Adam, but from our position here, I was thinking it was going to come back out of the goal. Well, it nestled into the netting over the far side, rattling the frame. One of the most satisfying goals you could possibly score. But most importantly, aside from it being a stunning strike in his 6th of the season and equaling Melbourne City's top scorer Roland Bella on 6 after only scoring his first goal of the season last week in the NPL Victoria, it ensures that Melbourne City are in the box seat here to pick up their 3rd win in a row. But they're going to have to defend this free kick first as Yanni Miletus sounds his whistle. It was a match that saw no fouls for the first over 30 minutes of this one, but there's been plenty of free kick and set-piece opportunities since then, and Diego Cuba is the nominated dead ball specialist here at Green Gully Reserve, and he's going to be trusted to try and conjure something up here, Adam.
I guess from around this spot where Beckham Baker in the first half took a free kick, I reckon it was this exact spot, basically, that did generate the first goal for Mehmeti. He's back defending this free kick. Yanni Miletus taking a while here. Gives the green light now. Back post and complete misfire. Complete misfire. And the whistle went anyway. Nothing coming in the end. Trying to spot who it was. Was it maybe Wernzel or even Gilla Regag, I think it was, at the back post in the end. Couldn't fashion a chance out of that. Stopped by the whistle anyway. And here is a dangerous moment. Bella nearly being let loose, and he's still causing all sorts of headaches for Romic. It's fallen to the danger man. Mehmeti is on a hat trick, and he's blocked this time. Happening at both ends right now. Bodies fly again. Whistle goes again. Don't know where to look right now.
Wow, this is turning into chaos here, Adam. If you want to be entertained by some chaos ball, that's what we're seeing in the last few minutes. Andy Vargas making it very clear in no uncertain terms that Luka Romic needs to get rid of that ball quickly. You can see the pace that Roland Balla has. He was in a foot race with Jalil Regaig, who was recovering from getting back from being caught in that offside position at that last set piece. And Regaig's not a slouch by any means, but Roland Balla had his measure there. And then Luka Romic decided to take a touch and trying to play a little bit too cute. And his manager wasn't too impressed with the situation that unfolded after that. But nonetheless, he managed to narrowly get away with it. But they've got to defend this one here as it's in by Lawrence Wong into that back post area. The players in the area might have made their runs across from that back post a little too soon as the ball was bouncing on a bit of vacant grass there in the back post. And wow, Green Gully can breathe a sigh of relief, and Luka Romic can just try and get the heart rate down a little bit after that nervy moment, a couple of phases of play ago that he encountered with Roland Balla closing him down and nearly making it 3-1.
Gully responded pretty well after conceding the first goal to Mehmeti in the first half. They've got to hold their nerve right now because this City team can go on a tear at any moment. And we know Gully, well, they've become, unfortunately, quite proficient at conceding goals in this season. They've got to hold their nerve. We're still not 2/3 of the way through this. They had a lead for 11 minutes in the first half. Kirker finally on the score sheet for Gully. Ball's gone out wide here. It's been booted away from Beckham Baker. The throw being conceded by Carlson. This is the dangerous Lawrence Wong in combination with Boston. Here's Josh Hope. Just caught out of position here a bit, Josh Hope. He's just going in the one-on-one battle with Isaiah Boston at the moment. Then he gets completely bowled over the line by Carms. That was a foul, a clear foul. And while the fouls are starting to pile up, no one's being cautioned just yet here tonight.
Gully do have a couple of players who are on 4 yellow cards for the season, so players will have to start being careful and pick up that suspension after picking up a 5th yellow card of the season. Karmas and Kerr both on 4 yellow cards. Melbourne City has no one on the 4 yellow cards. Angus McIntosh is on 3. So what next for Gully? They started this match pretty well in the first half and got a deserved lead. But they've been pegged back now, and they're in a familiar situation where they're trailing once again. Mehmeti's ball was straight up in the air, Roland Balla, and now a bit of space for the slide rule pass attempted by Lawrence Wong. Really well read by Judd McDougall. He's sort of playing a bit of a sweeper role between Regaig and Karmas. Here he is receiving from Regaig. This pass to pick out Lockhead, who was everywhere in the first half. He hasn't quite had the same impact since half-time. He bounces off the challenge from Wong, and Wong keeps on trucking and puts it out for a Gully throw. Neither side going to the bench yet. You can see the Melbourne City subs are going through their warm-ups to our left, and the Gully subs are going through their warm-ups to our right, so it won't be long, I would say, as we approach the hour mark in this one, that we might see some personnel changes out there for Stuart McDonald or for Andy Vargas. There's Mehmeti getting another touch, the player who is on a hat-trick out there, McIntosh. It's a good ball for Beckham Baker, and Pisani closes him down well, and the ball's up onto the hill. And there's plenty of juniors who've come in after their training, and they've been entertained by some good football by these young Melbourne City kids, but also Gully, who've probably put on their best performance of the season so far, it's probably fair to say.
It's not a bad crowd in here tonight at Keilor Downs. Changes coming for Melbourne City. Paperwork Kansas to the 4th official. Last home game, Green Gully allowed Adam Juratovic to score 4. Remedi's got halfway there here tonight as Hope goes over yet again. And this might be the most dangerous free kick look that Green Gully have had tonight.
Good position here, Adam, this one. We might see Kerr get a chance. It's been all Diego Cuba from the set pieces so far and hasn't really...
He's gone into the box.
Delivered, yeah. So Kerr with the left-footed approach might be the ticket.
Just go for home here. Would love to be on a hat-trick of his own if he can somehow put this away.
Well, this would be something special from here. 3 in the wall and Neuenhausen to beat.
Just wait for the green light. Yanni Miletus gives that now. He's gone for it. On target. But also on target to pick out James Neuenhausen with relative ease. But Gully are staying with Melbourne City here. We could be in for a big half hour coming up, Steve Curtin.
Neuenhausen there in full control of that set-piece situation, organising his wall and getting right behind the shot. It's good to see him playing football again. Doing his ACL in an incident at home and fully recovered now after doing that early last year. He's looking pretty good out there, the 195-centimetre shot stopper. Balla, well played, riding the challenges, bouncing the pass. And it's out in front of Roland Balla. We can roll this one past Luka Romic. And Melbourne City double their advantage. Roland Balla gets himself back up to the top of the list of Melbourne City scorers with number 7 for him for the season. Duking it out with Medem Mehmedi. And all of a sudden, the points for Green Gully are racing out of sight here. They're in big trouble as they trail 3-1 all of a sudden here, Adam.
And another chef kiss as well. What a crucial touch to set up that shot. And it bounced in for 3-1. And his reward is being subbed out of the game. Roland Balla is going to be replaced by Aaron Cartwright. Oh, what a beautiful finish it was. 2 beautiful finishes we've seen tonight from Melbourne City.
It's an outrageous assist from Lawrence Wong. Absolutely outrageous. Jalil Regaig was at 6s and 7s there as he watched that one sail over his head. And there was nothing he could do. It was the pacey Roland Balla, once he made that first touch, there was only going to be one result there.
It's noticeable how good the touch is of a lot of these Melbourne City players. It is really noticeable, and it's on display here tonight.
And especially when they're out there on a deck like this, it really highlights all of their quality attributes that they have. And we've seen that particularly in this second half. You mentioned, Adam, it was a bit of a slow, bit of a bruise-free first 45 for Melbourne City, but whatever Stuart McDonald said to them in the dressing rooms at halftime, they've been revved up and they've come out there and they're playing their best, their very best football against this Gully side. And Gully, they've managed to turn a 1-0 lead into a 3-1 deficit here. They're kicking themselves for that, but the quality on show from Melbourne City has been right out of the top drawer. It's going to take something special for Gully to find a way back into this one for the Cellar Dwellers, rooted to the foot of NPL Victoria. Here's Josh Hope. Bounces off the challenge of Antonio, then back the other way. That's clever play by the Gully skipper, and he keeps his feet and he keeps striding forward. Runs out of room, and he does get the throw-in going his way. Might be time for Andy Vargas to consider making some changes. He's got some good attacking weaponry on the bench in Bilal Habib. Nathan Symes, who we haven't quite seen the best of this season, or too much of through injury since coming across from New Zealand. Perhaps even Ashton Aluwalia, who can be a good technician in midfield and very mobile in there as well.
And Kufle is one that can be a threat as well. Some good names on the bench. Hope, just a little chipper toward Kerr, who has to try to get it away from Neuenhausen, and well, nothing's going to come of it in the end for Gully. Just seeing some of the old habits creeping in now as this one maybe getting away from them. Starting to see a little bit of lazy passing. It's just getting beyond control here for Gully. They need something to happen quickly. Otherwise, this could be a blowout. They get a free kick here. There's no sign of any changes whatsoever right now. Andy Vargas has just gone over to maybe have a chat to some of those subs that are warming up. Just the one change so far for City. Aaron Cartwright's in right after Roland Balla scored. He got sent his marching orders.
Almost like the AFL. Adam just kick the goal and get dragged.
Can't come back on here though. Here's a chance. And another set piece for Gully in the front third. Lockhead's ball. It curled back pretty well. Caused all sorts of headaches for James Neuenhausen. Just had to leap over the pack and kill it off. Then he goes again. He does collect Kerr. The blaze away then from Pisani. It didn't actually go that far. Stayed in for a little while, then bounced out. It's going to be a corner. So it did take a touch, but Kerr got absolutely clobbered by James Neuenhausen. Green Gully at least are continually asking the question right now.
Well, Neuenhausen had to come and punch a couple of times there, and he didn't take any prisoners. Karmas was at the back post. It wouldn't stay in for him, but it's going to be another opportunity for a corner kick from the other side. Diego Cuba over to take the in-swinger here. So consecutive set-piece opportunities for the Cavaliers. They need something to go in for them now. So it's a congested 6-yard box in front of the tall figure of James Neuenhausen. Along with Nikoski and Carms, there's plenty of tall timber in there for City to try and repel this one. Regaig, who scored the first goal of the season for the Cavaliers back in round 1 against Heidelberg, will be one of the obvious targets, as will Amenholm Karmas. Waiting on the delivery from Diego Cuba. It's a useful one, but it's a good defensive header by Ryan Carms to clear away the danger. Carlson picks up the loose ball and finds his lookalike in Lockhead. Wendell's ball is aimed back out to the side from where it came. Carlson just coughed it up to McIntosh, who just lifts it out of play. And we've got a player down behind play here for Gully, so there's going to be a delay as Yanni Milidis goes over for the welfare check. Here we're going to get a chance as the trainer is called out for Gully here. Fletcher Parkinson out to offer a bit of assistance. I can't quite see who the player is who's down, Adam. Just getting back up to their feet.
It's a process of elimination right now.
It might be Jalil Regaig even.
Yes, it would appear that way. I think everyone else out there is accounted for. It's the same starting 11 that we had at kickoff here tonight for Gully. Regaig's crept up a few times. Getting the walls a little bit. There was a bear hug with the assistant over this near side as well in the first half, wasn't there?
Oh, one of the match highlights, Adam, that one. Martin John and Jalil Regaig just reacquainting themselves on the touchline in the first half. But yeah, it's the second half where the highlights have really come into action. If you haven't seen the goal by Mercer Mehmeti on 52 minutes, go back and have a look at that one. That was something to behold, that's for sure. Mehmeti, should I say.
Plenty of style points on the Roland Balla goal as well, I must admit.
Oh, amazing ball by Wong. Also good build-up play by Isaiah Boston in the lead-up to it as well. He was operating in a phone box to get through the heavy traffic. And then Lawrence Wong's ball pierced the defence. Regaig was at 6s and 7s as he tried to track back.
Even the misses, I mean, have been quite stylish. The Shillington one and the Wong one in the first half as well. But yeah, the finish, that middle goal in particular for Meda Mehmeti, it was world class. Watching it live, I mean, our eyes just lit up, Steve. Everyone in the crowd here absolutely stunned at the quality of that goal.
His teammates were pumped for him as they chased him over to the dugout, and the coaching staff all celebrating. But
Here is the man at the
Here he is
moment.
again.
He can go along the ground, nothing to worry about there. I mean, it was so good. I mean, there's a certain South Park meme that came to mind there. If you know, you know, I think. But, wow, it was really something to behold.
And my mouth is gaping open. No words could do justice to that quality of that strike. It's the one that you dream of hitting in the backyard, isn't it? Here's Lockhead. Kerr running at Calms. Can he get space for a shot here? Perhaps he drives past Ryan Calms, but Calms recovers really well. There's the substitute there getting involved, Aaron Cartwright. The boy out of the Melbourne High School footballing program. Carlson in the long sleeves, all the way back. Everyone behind the ball here for City. Familiar fate for the Cavaliers as they start to run out of ideas. Just a touch here. Last week on 74 minutes when Andy Vargas was chasing the game, he changed up his defence and went from the wing-back system to the standard 4 across the back. Maybe we'll see that happening with the change soon. So here's Hope just trying to throw the step-overs at his opponents. Little reverse pass is a good one for Lockhead. Across the face of the goal, a little bit too high for Werndl, who'd made a pretty handy position at the back post. Back to Regaig. Now Werndl in front of the players' race, looking for the 1-2. That might have been aimed for Regaig, but it found Kirk nonetheless, and it's a strike on the half volley by Regaig and blocked from Werndl's shot. And again from Lockhead. A string of attempts on this Melbourne City goal, and these youngsters throwing themselves to block the shots. Regaig with an attempt, Werndl in there as well, and Lockhead. And Green Gully come up empty-handed from all of that, Adam.
It's been bombarded at times, the Melbourne City goal. And only one has been let pass so far. James Neuenhausen, who's on the ball right now. Inside the last 20 here tonight. It's in Melbourne City's control. But Gully aren't done with just yet. For the second week in a row, they are in it.
Well, there'll be games this season, Adam, where Gully haven't had as many shots in a whole game as they had in that 30 seconds of play there, or 20 seconds of play. So there's got to be some encouragement in that. But the familiar figure on the scoreboard of being down by a couple of goals is what's ringing home at the moment for the Cavaliers.
More changes coming for City. Wong. Arms go all the way back to Neuenhausen. Lawrence Wong. Nowhere to go here. Cuba stopped in front of him. Antonio just with a longer range ball going down the line. Cartwright's got some fresh legs out there. Not for the first time tonight. Luka Romic has to come a long, long way off his line. Double move coming up here for Melbourne City, and Medimamedi will not get his hat-trick here tonight. He is subbed out. Thomas Naso is into the game. And Peter Antonio is also coming out, making way for Christian Polizudis.
So it looks like Naso heading up front. Polizudis into central midfield. Thomas Naso, the youngster who joined Melbourne City from Altona North, and also Ashton Alawalia is ready to come on too, and it's going to be a like for like in the centre of the park. That's the end of the shift from Diego Cuba, the dead ball specialist. His night is done here in this round 13 match. Gully really needing to pull a rabbit out of a hat here if they can get one soon and try and finish strongly with some momentum. And it was momentum they had in the first half. They had some good patterns of play in the wide areas, but Melbourne City have gone inside at half-time and made the necessary adjustments with Stuart McDonald. And his Chargers have looked all the better for it in this second half. There's an early touch for Ashton Alawalia after coming on, but they've turned it over here again. Nikoski's ball. It's aimed out in front of Cartwright. Regaig's clearance is straight to Nikoski, who's stayed forward from that previous phase of play, has the big central defender. This is Shillington with plenty of time to just assess his options, and he picks out Polizudis, Christian Polyzudis coming across from Western United last season where he scored a couple of goals. He's already got one in his account so far for Melbourne City this year in the NPL Victoria. He's Calms, the boy from Bendigo. He's calm by name and calm by nature on the ball. McDougall read this one best. Gets there in front of Nasso. He'll be relieved, I would imagine, Judd McDougall and the other couple of central defenders out there, that Mehmeti has made his way off the pitch, Adam.
It's been a whirlwind fortnight. Coming straight out of the A-Leagues, Mehmeti. Crazy to think that he was already at the top of the goal-scoring charts for City in just 2 games, and as soon as Alawalia comes on, he is involved in a major flashpoint. And the Melbourne City boys come in to bat for their man, Lawrence Wong, who was fouled. Andy Vargas has come out of his technical area. And it's probably best if he goes right back. Both coaches and coaching staffs are involved in this little moments of potential madness. I think cooler heads are going to prevail. Yellow card, he's out. National Awalia pretty much has as many cards as he's had active minutes here tonight.
It's probably the easiest yellow card that Yanni Miletis has had to give out all season there, National Awalia, leaving a fair bit on Lawrence Wong, who's been the star player for Melbourne City tonight in the midfield, creating so much, hitting the post, coming close to scoring. Really hard to pick up. So good at finding the spaces as well and drawing those tackles are there, and he probably wish he didn't draw that tackle because that one hurt a little bit. But, yeah, all the coaching staff out of their technical area after that. And it was one of those fouls that happens in that kind of part of the pitch as well, where it can almost be like a baseball match where the dugouts have been cleared after a pitch has been thrown into the batter.
And there has been some tension between the two technical areas tonight as well. There was even a little chat at halftime as they were making their way off.
Well, can Gully maybe harness that moment and that aggression to try and get some momentum going their way? They need something going their way soon. And here's Alawalia, the player who instigated that flashpoint. He might have been fouled as Yanni Miletis put the whistle to his mouth, had a little think and looked for advantage. So good refereeing by him once again. Taken quickly, and it's a good decision by Alawalia to keep the ball rolling quickly and try and find a way to catch this Melbourne City defensive shape off guard. But Pisani runs out of room, and throw-ins aimed at Nasso. Well played, Karmas. Needs to make a good decision here. Picks out Alawalia. Werndl's free over on the far side. Decides to come back out to Hope. Josh Hope jinks back inside onto the left foot. Not too much space for the shot, but he still found room to swing the left peg at it, but it was blocked again. Not for the first time tonight. We've seen a Green Gully attempt on goal blocked by that Melbourne City defence. And here's Wong, who's recovered from that challenge a moment ago. Baker, Pisani. This has been a good duel, but Beckham Baker's got the toe here to get away and win the free kick, and Pisani's going to become the latest player to go into Yanni Miletis' notebook. Beckham Baker there, just too fleet of foot for Pisani.
Remember how I said Green Gully just had to hold their nerve and not let it get away? It's just starting to feel like it's getting to that point now. Back-to-back yellow cards now.
Not long left either, Adam. Just 12 minutes plus stoppages here to try and get something out of this game. And well, unless they can have an absolute miracle last 12 minutes, they're going to be going the whole first half of the season winless in NPL Victoria. It's a long way back with 3 teams going down at the end of the season to find a way out of this relegation situation they face themselves in here. As the ball's played in, Karmas' header is out for a corner, but there was an offside in any case, so that won't matter.
11 minutes and change left here at Green Gully tonight. Gully staring down a barrel of, well, not losing to every other club in the league, but not getting a win against any of them so far this season. It's Heidelberg United, Caroline Springs, George Cross, Avondale and Hume City coming up in their next month. There are some very, very tough games in that, albeit they did get some sort of result against City earlier in the season.
Hi, guys.
Out wide we go. Walia. Wenzel.
With the ball, and he shoots. And oh my God, he's not.
Another change is being prepared by Andy Vargas. As Gully work the left side wing here. Wenzel will go back. It's going to fall all the way back to Carmus. Pisani. Just enough pressure being applied by Isaiah Boston there. Nathan Symes is about to come on. Can he provide some spark up front for Gully? And 2 goals away from at least snaring a point here tonight. An elusive win seems unlikely right now. Hope, who in the previous attack before Steve, it was just left wanting that right boot, because had he have wanted to go on his right boot, he had a really good look at goal, but he had to cut back onto his left. Nothing happens in the end, obviously. But he had it in a great spot just at the corner of the box as the ball is crossed in. No connection with Wernzel. It bounces away and out. And a change now for Gully. Scott Lockhead provided plenty, especially throughout the first half. His runs through midfield and setting up some chances at goal. It's been a solid shift for him. But now Nathan Symes will have the responsibility of trying to get Gully back into this game.
Well, that last phase of play for Gully was something that we haven't seen in the second half, Adam. They were able to combine that way several times during that first period of this match, but in the second half, that interplay that we saw there hasn't really been present, and that's been a problem that's gone back to their old ways of earlier in the season, that real individualistic players putting in a lot of effort but not much system to it. And I think it's the scoreboard pressure that's caught up with them here and the position in the game, but they need to arrest this as soon as they can. But they're running out of time quickly here to try and snag a couple of goals. We've noticed a discrepancy as well between the stadium clock and the clock on the live stream as well, so we'll have to try and get to the bottom of how long it actually is to go in this game. It's a discrepancy of around three or so minutes. So anyway, we'll do our best to confirm when we are at the 90 and if that is correct. But these obscurities can happen sometimes as Hope gets back in possession here. Nice little trickery there by the Gully captain. They can try and switch the ball out to the left-hand side. Well, that last cross by Pisani in that previous pattern of play, which was an impressive one for Gully. It was a shame that no one could get on the end of the cross because, well, he almost hit it too well. Really put his foot through it, and Werndl couldn't control the ball at the back post. It's a nice touch by Regag, and he drives the ball across like an absolute rocket into the advertising hoarding. So, again, there's bits and pieces there, but not the full article for Gully at the moment.
Someone here at Gully operating the scoreboard, trying to get to the 90 quicker. Not conceding any more goals, perhaps, here, Steve. I'd go the other way. I'd add more time. And
yeah, exactly, when they're trailing. But all right. There's been some games like that Oakley game here, probably where they would have wanted the clock to speed up. Here at Green Gully Reserve. They've conceded a free kick as well here, the Cavaliers. So, yeah, that trickery of Beckham Baker and Lawrence Wong.
Well, if we can get the attention of the fourth official and get an indication of where we are time-wise in the second half. Another change is coming, and it will be Ian Kifley.
I think
more youth into the 11 that goes out there in a minute.
Yeah, I'm thinking the stadium clock is the one that's a little bit fast, so I'm not for sure it's been set off a little bit early. We will find out once the fourth official holds the board up for the added time. We might have, we might still have around 10 minutes to go here as that change is now made for Green Gully. So Kifley gets his chance to try and create something for the Cavaliers. Bilal Habib still biding his time on the bench. You wonder if he might be under an injury cloud or something, perhaps, to have him not out there yet. Kirko dispossessed. Polyzoudis combining with Baker. That'll play over there near that contentious scoreboard that may well be reading the incorrect time in this second half as Thomas Werndl makes the long way around. So there'll be some adjustments to the back 3/back 5 here for Andy Vargas, perhaps with Tom Werndl coming off. Baker with the trickery. It's going to go behind for a Melbourne City corner, so another handy set piece to control the tempo of this one for Melbourne City. They've been good at just controlling the stop-start nature since they've gone 2 goals up. So in comes the corner to the back post area. Oh, well played, Romic. He came up with his leading arm and tipped that one away from the danger zone.
3 games tonight in Senol NPL Victoria. 1-0 lead for Oakley over Dandenong City. About 13 or so minutes to go in regulation there. A halftime score and a halftime lead of 1-0 for Bentley over Heidelberg United. In the other game, a couple of spicy matchups tomorrow. Avondale and Hume. What a game that is.
What a ripper of a round, Adam. All these teams have been waiting to play each other since the start. That one's across the face. No one got a touch. Well, that's a huge one, that Bentley scoreline there. George Katsakis coaching for Bentley against Heidelberg. And then, of course, Johnny A coaching for Heidelberg against Bentley. So those two players, coaches swapping their homes of previous years. And they'll play each other in the Cup as well in the midweek in a week and a half too. So they'll be certainly acquainting themselves with one another as Melbourne City's trainer is out there for Harry Shillington, who's been a star performer tonight, almost scored a wonder goal that would have been captured perfectly from this camera angle, with Magnus giving you the best angle of some of these goals tonight, and haven't we seen some rippers? Wow, look at Shillington. He's come running on the blind side there, and well, Gully able to get forward still through Kiflay. He can try and cut the ball across the face of the goal here. Ballard closing him down. And it's well away by Nekowski. In fact, it was Ryan Calms with the clearance. The Bendigo boy getting it out of the danger zone. This is Symes, the substitute, the New Zealander. He's got 1 goal to his name this season. It was almost a match winner when they went down to play against Dandy Thunder, but they were pegged back to 1-1. Was there a shirt tug there right in front of referee Miletis? And Lawrence Wong is going to go into the book now. So again, another good position for Gully to try and create something out of this set piece, and my word, they have to. And if they could, though, could set up an interesting finish, Adam.
With however long he's left in this game. Discrepancy between the in-stadium clock and one you're seeing on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. We think it could be a 3-minute discrepancy here in stadium. It's showing that we've just ticked past the 87-minute mark here as we see another set piece. This one's even closer, I think, than the previous one that Kirker had. It'll be he, Rashna Alawali, here to take it. 5-man wall for Melbourne City. Just has to go in for Green Gully. Into the wall is where it went. The follow-up. Oh, look out. Almost a late reaction there. Neuenhausen still up to it in the end.
Wow. He must have seen it late through the crowd of bodies there. The shot from Kiflay. Just a snapshot on the left peg. Neuenhausen had to be at full stretch to keep it out.
They go again. McDougall quickly going out wide. It's snuffed out quickly enough. Here's the counter-attack. Or no, it won't work out for Cartwright. McDougall tracked it back well enough. And now Shillington will leave it for Neuenhausen. There's another intriguing matchup as well. If got a stoppage in play, there's an injured Melbourne City player that requires some attention. I suppose there's some fresh storylines around George Andrews now, and interesting fixture between Dandenong Thunder and Dynamo, who had a pretty good. They did go down to Oakley in the Cup during the week, but they were not too bad against Oakley in midweek at Fox Street. Yeah, that's an interesting game, that one.
St
Albans
Albans finding
well.
a bit of form, Adam. That's right. They're finding a bit of form. They've got Lloyd Isgrove to come back into their team with him returning from injury as well. But tumultuous times at George Andrews. Adam Piddock, who's been out there for a couple of years now, trying to build something with that distinctive system that he plays. And not blessed with the most expensive squad, you'd have to say. They'd be the first to admit that this season, but now he has parted ways with the club. And we're hearing a former Green Gully coach is going to be appointed out there. So, look, interesting times. It's going to be a tough second half of the season potentially for Dandy Thunder. They'll be hoping to ride out the storm and maintain their top flight status, though.
Just outside that relegation window right now, aren't they? It's an 8-point gap that Gully faces between where they are and safety.
And with their goal difference, it's virtually 9 because their goal difference is so inferior to everyone else coming into this game at -24. They'll be looking at -26 by the end of this one if it stays the same.
It's an absolute bare minimum of 3 wins they have to conjure from just 13 fixtures, assuming this one's not going to work out for them. Good news from the 4th official, at least for Gully. 5 additional minutes, which may indicate that the in-stadium clock is the right one here. It's Baker going for it all himself. That's across the goal face. 5 additional minutes. Steve, you thought it was
apologies
to
everyone operating the plush digital scoreboard on top of the shipping container to our left here. It seems like our 4th official would have confirmed that is correct. So thanks to Alex Nikolowski in front of us there, all over that. So 5 minutes of added time. So don't be fooled by the graphic on the screen. You probably think we were going mad when we were quoting times to go before that were completely off the planet compared to the digital clock that you're seeing on the TV. But Green Gully, they've got this spell of possession here, but they've got 11 Melbourne City players to try and play through, all sitting behind the ball, and they're all still working hard, especially those players who have come on fresh off the bench, who are working hard out there, like Polyzudis and Cartwright and Nassau out there. Ball's going to run all the way through to Neuenhausen as Symes tries to put some pressure on, but the New Zealanders' efforts are all in vain.
Dandenong Thunder is Melbourne City's next opponent. And they will face each other next Sunday. So it's a nice little 9-day break. Again, more questions being asked of Yanni Miletus from Andy Vargas and his assistants. Gully have it pinned deep though. Just a tiny glimmer of hope with those 5 minutes added on. Keith Lake. Look how flooded the box is, though. Kerr. No room to work with whatsoever.
Point blank range that save from Neuenhausen too.
That's twice now he's been called upon late, Neuenhausen. The corner is going to be taken quickly by Kerr. All but 3 Gully players in the box here. As Kerr goes in toward the near post, it was easily taken back away from the danger zone. Alawalia out wide, first time ball in off the back foot. James Neuenhausen is, I'll be honest, Steve, he's having an outstanding second half here.
Yeah, he's been good when it's mattered. And he looks so comfortable as well as Gully's defence are under a bit of pressure here. Here's Nassau. He's come on for Mehmedi and he's done pretty well in the limited time he's had up front. Karmas can try and play out of his own 18-yard box through Pisani, who started his second appearance for the Cavaliers tonight. Second one in a row as well, but it's going to come the other way. Melbourne City are queuing up over on the far side. Out there it's Cartwright across the face. No one could get a meaningful touch on it. It will be going behind for a corner, so Melbourne City can take some more time off the clock here. As Adam mentioned, they've got a couple of matches coming up from teams from their own side of the city. Dandy Thunder and Dandy City, both of those matches out at Casey Fields before they play Preston at BT Connor in the Besan Kutleshi laptop gate rematch. Across the face of the goal, it's going to sit here for Lawrence Wong. He puts his foot through it as he slips to the ground and
hurt himself too.
Feeling a touch of cramp, I think. Hope that's all it is. And good sportsmanship there from, looks like Jalil Regag helping him stretch that one out. Another change in the offing here for Stuart McDonald. It looks like it's going to be Daniel Matina, the 17-year-old getting an opportunity to come on in stoppage time here. So if you have just tuned in, we have gone past, disregard the clock that you can see on the screen, we have gone past the 90 and we're into a period of 5 added minutes, of which they have almost entirely evaporated and will be in about 30 seconds or so at the discretion of Yanni Miletus. As the corner comes in, it's an easy take for Romic as he tries to navigate his way up to the top of the 18-yard box. His clearance is sliced, but Yanni Miletus says you can only really blame yourself for that missed kick there, son.
So Andy Vargas has not used Bilal Habib at all tonight.
No, so you're wondering if there's an issue there. It's a talking point for sure, Adam. Is he under an injury cloud and he's just been named on the bench anyway? Is he out of favour perhaps in some way? He started on the bench and came on last week for a brief period of, I think, around 15 minutes or so. 16 minutes. Certainly a quality player who you'd like to have out there. And the Pistons are pumping here for Nathan Symes. He's going to try and play it across the face. Clever turn by Kerr, but he just turned straight into Jaden Nikoski. And it's cleared away, so Melbourne City able to clear the danger yet again.
City just flooding the box every single time. Gully even looked like going forward now.
Their work rate has gone through the roof in the second half, hasn't it? After you mentioned they were a little bit bruise-free in the first half. Nice run by Kiflo, who's been pretty useful since coming on. Had a shot that forced a good save out of Neuenhausen. That's whacked upfield by Daniel Matina. And Yanni Miletus brings this one to a halt. And for all the hopes that Gully had when they took the lead through Kerr in this match on 24 minutes, it was short-lived. And it was Mehmeti who turned things around. And what a performance from him. His second goal was absolutely sensational, Mehmeti. A goal of the season contender. Roland Ballo getting himself on the score sheet as well to make it 3 for Melbourne City. And they come from that 1-0 deficit to come roaring back into this game, and they well and truly deserve the 3 points for me, Adam.
They did, but they were made to earn it. Gully did get the first goal here tonight. Kerr just on the half-hour mark or just before that in a nice little piece of build-up play as well that involved Scott Lockhead and Josh Hope. The goals were quality tonight. They really were. It was a bit of a scramble, I suppose, for the first goal that went in for Mehmeti. It was 1-1 at half-time, but then you've got to go back to the 51st minute here in the second half and watch Mehmeti score an absolute stunner that just kissed off the corner of the crossbar and the post. It was as perfect as you can get. That made it 2-1, gave Melbourne City the lead. Roland Bella then, after the hour mark, put the finishing touch to make it 3-1. 3 consecutive wins for Melbourne City. They are starting to find some form. Steve Curtin and Green Gully have now faced every single opponent in NPL Victoria this year and only have 3 draws to show for it.
It just gets tougher as well. They go back to, they'll be back here again next week where they'll play Heidelberg United. One of the teams that actually took the lead against back in round 1 through Jalil Regaig, only to concede and go on to end up losing that game in somewhat similar fashion to what's happened here tonight.
First goal of the season, I think that was.
It was too, yeah, by Jalil. So they've got that fixture. Then they've got the big Maltese derby, and they need to make amends in that game, even if they are to end up going down this season. I think it's an important statement game against Caroline Springs George Cross at City Vista. The Maltese marching band will be out on the pitch before the game. A lot of festivity, a lot of fanfare, a big crowd. They don't want to suffer defeat to Georgies again, and ideally they want to avenge for their loss here back in round 2, and they want to get the 3 points. Then they've got a tough game against Avondale here the following week. However, they have got a good record against Avondale, also at this venue in particular. So who knows, maybe they can get something going as the Green Gully players form a huddle with Andy Vargas and the coaching staff. There'll be some home truths being dished out, but there'll also be some sentiments of something to build on there, because we saw some good patterns of play and some good teamwork at times, but in the end tonight it wasn't enough to get any of the share of the points. Let's have a look at some of those other fixtures coming up this weekend. Tomorrow at 2 p.m, the early kickoff, just after you've had your lunch on Saturday. Hume City and Avondale, 3rd versus 4th.
Tune in.
Can I trouble you for a tip, Adam?
Tune in. Hume at home, really, really tough to beat. I'll go for Hume.
game of the round, that one for me. I think it'll go right down to the wire. Dandenong Thunder and St Albans. St Albans might be a chance on the road there. The Macedonian derby at 6:15 at Paisley Park. Get out there if you can, and if you can't, catch it on the NPL Victoria live stream. Altona Magic and Preston Lions. Monday night football as well this week, with South Melbourne coming back from the OFC Pro League to take on Caroline Springs George Cross at Lakeside on Monday night. That could be a tasty fixture as well. South Melbourne will fancy themselves after having a good time in their last hub in Auckland, though. So plenty of good football in the Senol NPL Victoria all across this weekend, all the way through until Monday night. We've got you covered. So make sure you jump back onto the NPL Victoria YouTube page and catch all of the action. Adam Sarakoglu, it's been a pleasure working with you tonight. As always, I've been Stephen Curtin. Melbourne City, too good tonight, and they head off the pitch here to celebrate a 3-1 win with those goals tonight from Mercer Mehmedi with 2, and then it was Roland Bella with the 58th minute goal to seal it after Kerr had opened the scoring on 24 minutes. Gully still searching for their first win in the second half of the season in 2026.